They said she hadn't beat anything. They said she couldn't beat the top mares. They said she wouldn't beat the geldings. But Honeysuckle progressed so much, she had to follow the hardest path. And that is exactly how she became the Queen of Cheltenham. Welcome to Racing Royalty, where we tell the full stories behind racing's greatest champions. And today, the story of a mare who didn't just win at the festival. She ruled it. Honeysuckle didn't explode onto the scene overnight. She climbed, race by race, grade by grade. Each time the bar was raised, she answered. She wasn't flashy, she wasn't dramatic, she was simply relentless. And as she started winning Grade 1s, the big question arrived. Cheltenham. Could she do it on the biggest stage of all?
Leopardstown, the underdog, is finishing strongly as well. Going towards the line, Honeysuckle, racing's new First Lady.
Her first Cheltenham Festival, the mare's hurdle, and standing in her way, the mighty Benny des Dieux, unbeaten under Willie Mullins. Aside from her fall at the last when clear in this race last year, a superstar, the horse everyone expected to win. But Honeysuckle had something special partnering her, Rachael Blackmore. She made a move to keep the favourite boxed in. When Paul Townend realised this, he switched out wide.
But is yet to take her on. Hellfire has moved through into second place, Honeysuckle in third, Benny des Dieux behind those, then Lady Buttons and Roxana at the second last. Stormy Island, she still holds the lead. Now on the left, Benny des Dieux and the pink jacket, produced with a challenge.
And when he looked to be cruising, Rachael pushed the button. They attacked, right up the inside, stealing lengths on Benny des Dieux. They turned the race into a test of nerve and stamina. As Honeysuckle beat her for pace, she still had to stay on stoutly to fend off the challenge. And when Benny des Dieux came, Honeysuckle kept going. It wasn't just a win, it was a tactical masterpiece. And suddenly, the conversation changed. Maybe we took this little mare for granted.
Nearest to us is Benny des Dieux, who is inching closer, running towards the line. Honeysuckle is in front, she's trying to fend off the challenge, and she's done it. Honeysuckle remains unbeaten.
After that festival, easier options were there. The division had fallen apart. More mares' races, more safe victories, but they chose something bolder. They took on the geldings, and she didn't just compete, she dominated. Grade 1s, top-class fields, relentless turn of foot. Every time they said, this will be tougher, she made it look easier. And then came the race that changed everything, her second Irish champion hurdle. Not against mares, against the best hurdlers in training, a tougher field than she'd ever seen. And once again, Honeysuckle stood tallest. That win didn't just confirm her class, it forced a decision. She had to try the champion hurdle at Cheltenham, the crown of hurdling. And this time, she wasn't just a challenger. She was favourite. The champion hurdle came. Pressure, expectation, history waiting to be written, and she delivered. Strong, brave, unbeatable. She looked as imperious as ever. She was reaching heights mares could only ever dream of.
Charger epitaph behind those. It's a beautiful straight 11 victories for Honeysuckle. She is the winner of the Unibet Champion Hurdle.
Then she came back and did it again. A third Hatton's Grace, a third Irish champion hurdle, and then her second champion hurdle, an unbeaten record still intact. Race after race, season after season, the wins kept coming. The streak kept growing at Punchestown. She was now 16 from 16. Cheltenham had found its queen, and Jumps Racing had found its star.
Staying on fourth, but it's Honeysuckle in full bloom again. She stays on powerfully. Back-to-back wins in the Unibet Champion Hurdle. Honeysuckle again.
But racing never lets legends leave easily. Talk of her taking on supreme winner Constitution Hill had fans salivating. Sadly, we never got to see her at best against the young machine. Beaten for the first time ever, outstayed by the progressive T. Hoopu, who'd go on to be a champion stayer. But then beaten again, this time outclassed by a seriously talented gelding in Stateman. 2 defeats, questions again, and the dream of a third champion hurdle in the balance. Had time caught up? Was the magic fading? This was going to be her final season from the get-go. But it's not the dominance fans were used to, not the fairy tale everyone wanted, but one thing still remained. Cheltenham. One last chance, one last goodbye. Back in the mare's hurdle, facing the mare's novice hurdle winner of the year previous, Love Envoy. For much of the race, it looked like the crown was slipping. But champions don't surrender quietly. Honeysuckle dug deep, found one last surge, and refused to be beaten. Not undefeated forever, but undefeated at the festival. She left Cheltenham the way she arrived, a winner. But that final victory meant more than just a sporting farewell. Because behind the celebrations, there was heartbreak. Just days before the festival, trainer Henry de Bromhead lost his son, Jack, a tragedy that shook the entire racing world. And when Honeysuckle walked onto that Cheltenham track, she wasn't just carrying expectations, she was carrying emotion, grief, and the hopes of a family and a community. When she crossed the line in front, the cheers were different. Not just for a champion, but for a boy who loved racing, for a family that had given everything to the sport. And in that moment, Honeysuckle's farewell became something bigger, a tribute, a release, and a reminder of why racing means so much to so many people. It wasn't just goodbye to a great mare. It was a moment the sport will never forget. And after that day, after the applause, the tears, and the celebrations, it felt like the perfect ending. But Honeysuckle's story was still not finished. Today, Honeysuckle begins a new career as a broodmare, passing on that heart, that courage, that champion bloodline. The next generation of racers may yet carry her legacy forward. Honeysuckle didn't just win races, she changed beliefs about mares, about expectations, about what fearless racing looks like. She took on the best and beat them. Not once, but again and again. Not just a champion, racing royalty. If you loved this story, you're in the right place. This is Racing Royalty, and there are many more legends to tell. Like the video if Honeysuckle was one of your all-time favorites. Subscribe for the next episode, and tell me in the comments, which champion should wear the crown next? Because legends never really leave the track.